Right, just a helpful video for the layman, not the mechanic or anyone knows what they're doing. This is just for the layman, but maybe like me, watch the Haynes manual coolant change video that's on YouTube, and they don't tell you what's what. They don't tell you it only empties half the coolant from the engine, not all the coolant. They don't tell you that, so you think you're emptying the whole coolant system, and you're not, which is pretty wrong of them actually. Right, this is 2015 2.2 Ford Transit Custom. All you do is, when you're emptying your coolant, remember, make sure the engine's cold, and that's it, is undo your cap, put it on the side, done. Down the bottom here, you'll have a little round plastic thing with a crisscross in it. Undo it, let the coolant drain. Squeeze your hoses a few times, just let it drain. You will only get 4.5 to 5 litres out. Although it's a 9.5 to 10 litre system, you don't get that out. There is no bleed screw on this thing. Haynes manual says there is on some of them, but there isn't on this, so there is no bleed screw. So right, once that's done, do your cap back up, the little bung at the bottom of your radiator, do that back up. I used the Ford specific stuff. I got it from Ford. You're better off doing it. It's 58 quid, I think it was, opposed to Halford stuff, which was full 55 quid. So go with the right stuff. The Ford stuff is concentrate, so it's 50-50 mix. So 50% their coolant and 50% distilled water. Mix it up, pour it in slowly. Pour it into 15 mil above the max mark, squeezing your hoses as you go along. Once that's done, do it up. Run your engine up to temperature, put your blow heaters on, so they're all going. Now, if your blow heaters are blowing out hot air, it's circulating, so it's done right. Now, what you will find, like I did, which I didn't realise, being not a super mechanic, my radiator hose here was cold. Now that worried me, because obviously the hot coolant goes in and the cold coolant or cooler coolant comes out the bottom. So I thought I had an airlock, and I was worried. Even though the engine was up to temperature, hot air was blowing through. That was cold and I was panicking. What you got to do is, although your van's up to temperature, it's using the coolant from the coolant tank, it's just not got hot enough to open up your thermostat. So I found I went for a 4 or 5 mile drive, after speaking to another mechanic. 5 mile drive with coolant in the back, just in case that dropped down. Pulled over, touched the hose, lovely and warm. So that means it's all done. Great. So now that's your coolant change according to the Haynes manual and how they show their video. But you are only changing half the coolant, because only 4.5 litres come out. So there's a few options. I'm not going to go into the options of sticking hose pipes down and running the engine and doing it all, because I'm not up on that. So all I did was come back, undo the cap again, undo the bleed cap on the bottom of the radiator, and I drained it all out because it had all been mixed. So I drained it all out. So there was 50% of the brand new stuff and 50% of the old coolant in there. So I mixed it all up, dropped out another 4.5 litres, 5 litres, discarded that and put another 5 litres of brand new stuff. So now, out of the 7.5 litre tank, it's technically got out of a 9.5 litre coolant system, it's now got technically 7.5 litres of brand new coolant. You can do it a third time if you want, and then basically you've done the whole coolant. I did it twice, and I've got, 7.5 litres out of a 9.5 litre tank of brand new coolant. What I'll probably do is next week, once I've been driving around and it's all gone through, I'll drop it again and then just put in another 5 litres of brand new coolant, and then that's it done. I'm sure people are going to say there's a simple way. If you pull the hoses off the back of the thermostat, you can drop it out that way. There probably is. But without a ramp, it's not happening. It's not happening for me. So anyway, so I hope this helps somebody. You will find a little hint is just undo that bolt, pull your headlight off, unplug it, get it out the way. It just makes the bolt under there easier to undo. That's it really. So I hope this helps somebody. Yeah, that's it.